All right, welcome out here, Iola-Scandinavia here playing host to the Falcons of Amherst here, the fifth day here of January 2026. Happy New Year, everybody here. We'll be having this one here on Zaleski Sports. Brandon Barancott on the call here tonight. Gus doing our production here. CWC East Conference matchup here. Both teams in action again tomorrow night. We'll start here with the visiting Falcons of Amherst. And they are 6-5 overall, playing out of that CWC East. Head coach Adam Miller. And they'll be back in action tomorrow at Pittsville. Non-conference game. They last were in action over at the Century Classic over in Stevens Point, the Community Parks Improvement Committee there, their 54th annual tournament. One of the longest running basketball tournaments, I think arguably in the state of Wisconsin. So they played a couple games over there, both Ullman Bancroft and then Pacelli for Amherst. And leading the way for the Falcons in terms of scoring production, Lexi Wiersbach comes in averaging 11.6 points per contest. Presley Voss at 8.3 points a game. And then you've got Ivy Bolk, who comes in averaging about 8.1. Holly Singer at 8 points per game. Presley Voss leads the squad in terms of rebound production at nearly 9 rebounds per game. Switching it over here to the Thunderbirds host Iola-Scandinavia. They come in here with an overall record 2-5, playing out of that CWC's conference. Head coached by Joel Biadasz here. Of course, the brother of Tyler Biadasz. And they will be back in action. Quick turnaround here tomorrow night. They will be hosting Marion/Tigerton. They were last in action on the 16th here. We'll pause. We'll get our starting lineups here. We'll get our national anthem, and we will be underway here. Some CWC East girls action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
More sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
When it comes to propane, this is the best time of the year. Get your fill scheduled before the winter weather sets in, and you'll be glad you did with L&L Propane in Wapaka. Servicing all throughout central Wisconsin, no matter the size of your propane need, L&L can get you set and ready for your home needs, business needs, crop drying, and so much.
All right, we are back. National anthem here. Ready for some conference action here tonight on Zaleski Sports. We'll get our starting lineups here for both squads.
Iola-Scandinavia and Amherst, along with WIAA, require good sportsmanship in all sporting events. One of the goals of high school athletics is to earn lifetime.
A little Monday night conference action here.
One such value that makes these games an educational experience. Please enjoy the game respectfully. Tonight's Introducing first the visiting Amherst Falcons.
We'll start with the Amherst Falcons here. Visiting Falcons, again, 6-5 overall. You get Courtney Gruchowski, the senior, number 2. Holly Singer, the junior, number 3. You get Kaylee Schulis, the senior, number 5. Number 11 there, that's Presley Voss, the senior, number 11. And number 25 tonight, Lexi Wiersba, who we mentioned here in our pregame, leads the Falcons in terms of offensive production, 11.6 per game. For the Thunderbirds, starting Ava Prince, number 1 there, the senior. Maya Munoz, number 4, the senior. With Briley Judds, the senior, number 5. Number 11, Madeline Carolis, number 11 there. And then number 20 here, and Charlotte Iserman. That's your starting lineup here for the host Thunderbirds here. So again, Prince, Munoz, Judds, Carolis, and Iserman here for the Thunderbirds. And again, for the Falcons, you've got Gruchalski, Singer, Schulist, Voss, and Wiersba here. Our starting lineups underway here on a nice, rather warm Monday night here. Some conference action here as we get into the new year. So Wiersba to jump here for Amherst. And then you've got Madeline Carolis here for the Thunderbirds. And the Falcons win the opening tip here. Front court up. Goes over to jumper, that one good. Goes back over to Prince, swings it down into Voss. Going up with it, and able to convert, coming out of there with a rebound. That's Madeline Carolis. I beg your pardon, Presley Voss. Gruchalski back up to Singer. Swings it over to Singer. Munoz comes out of there with it. And it will stay here. Checking into the game here for Amherst is Ivy Bulk, it looks like. Number 13 there for the Falcons. Munoz jumper from the corner, no good. Rebounded there by Carolis. Back over. And we're going to get a foul called here on Lexi Wiersba. That's going to be her first team foul, number 1. Back over to Munoz, back to Prince. Prince, long 3 on the way. That one misses long. And we'll go back to the Falcons. Want to give thanks here tonight to Fletcher's Jewelry. Fletcher's Jewelry in downtown Waupaca is a 4th-generation locally owned jewelry store. Find the perfect ring, necklace, earrings, watch, diamond, and so much more. Perfect for any occasion and even offering repair. That's Fletcher's Jewelry in downtown Waupaca. The Falcons with the early lead here, bounces it down into Wiersba. We mentioned Wiersba averages about 12 points a game here for the Falcons. And a jump ball here. So the Thunderbirds, by way of the jump ball, over to Prince, back, looking for Munoz, tip back over to Iserman. Swings it over Munoz, back up to Prince, 3-ball, corner, Al's in, Wiersba with a rebound. And we mentioned she averages about 6.5 rebounds a game, and a turnover here to checking in here for the Falcons. It's number 5, that's senior Kaylee Schulist. About 2 minutes or so gone by in this opening half, 2-0 still our score here. The visiting Falcons up front. by a pair. Munoz back over to Iserman. Munoz long swing pass to Careless. Had a good take there. And Iserman all tied up here. 2.5 minutes gone by in half number one. That one nearly poked away there by Iserman, the junior, number 20. Give down low, and they'll say she stepped out on that one. So back to the Thunderbirds it goes. Want to give thanks tonight to Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score with trusted, local, affordable service. That's Ridgetop Exteriors. And jump ball, that will go back to the Falcons. So Singer checks back out here. Schulist inbounded up to Grohalski, back over to Wiersbaugh. Wiersbaugh back to Grohalski. Looking for Wiersbaugh. That one going to be thrown away, and back to the Thunderbirds it goes. Again, both teams. Thunderbirds coming off a little bit longer stretch here. They were last in action nearly 3 weeks ago. And of course, the Falcons played a pair down at the Century Classic, as we mentioned. Schulist comes out of there with it for the Falcons. Swings it over to Grohalski. Nice pass down low, and Munoz may have got a block on that one. So back to the Thunderbirds, back over to Iserman. Munoz corner, that one misses. Wiersbaugh with a rebound. 3-on-2 here. Nice pass down low, and score it for Presley Voss. Presley averages about 8.5 points a game for the Falcons. Averages nearly 9 rebounds a game as well. The pass up to Munoz, and Munoz ties things up here. So Maya Munoz, the senior, number 4 there with her first 2 points. Looks like you'll have Cora Culligan checking in for, beg your pardon, that's Braylon Judds for the Thunderbirds. Wiersbaugh 3-ball, that one misses long. Rebounded by Iserman. Iserman going length there, and Charlotte Iserman. And a timeout called. We'll take a timeout ourselves here. You're listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
When it comes to propane, this is the best time of the year. Get your fill scheduled before the winter weather sets in, and you'll be glad you did with L&L Propane in Waupaca. Servicing all throughout central Wisconsin, no matter the size of your propane need, L&L can get you set and ready for your home needs, business needs, crop drying, and so much more. Don't get caught paying those late season prices for your propane this year. Just call L&L Propane at 800-924-5975. That's 800-924-5975 for the best propane price of the year.
All right, we are back here. 6-4 our score. About 4.5 minutes gone by in this first half. CWC East action here, conference action. First game of the rather new year, 2026. Gus feels a little bit wiser, he says. Looks wiser too, I would say. Wiersbaugh crossover to Grohalski. Grohalski gets it down baseline, looking down low, cut off there by Munoz. Back up to Grohalski. Swings it into Wiersbaugh. Nice pass from Wiersbaugh. That one going to draw the foul, as that was the cutting Kaylee Schulist. And they're going to get Maya Munoz here, her first. Team foul number 1. Schulist. And that one Just misses here, so she'll get a second. Senior Kaylee Schulist, number 5 here. The second one on the way. That one is good. So 1 of 2 for Schulist. 6-5 the score now. Careless gets it over to Emma Prince. Swings it over to Braylon Judds. Maya Munoz going baseline with it. Cut off there nicely by Holly Singer. We'll get a jump ball. It's going to stay here with the Thunderbirds. So Emma Prince to inbound it here for Iola-Scandinavia. Back up top to Braylon Judds. Iserman across the timeline corner. Picked up defensively there by the Falcons. Back. And Wiersba comes out of there with a steal up in front to Holly Singer. And they're going to say it stays right here. Checking in here for the Thunderbirds, you've got Briley Judds along with Anna Check. And for the Falcons, you've got Presley Voss checking back in here for Kaylee Schulist. Back up top, Ivy Bulk back, looking for Bulk, back over to Gruhalski. Gruhalski down into Singer baseline. Nice pass down low, and the on-one potential there, and that's Presley Voss there with the recipient of that. Good patient offense there for the Falcons, so Voss with 4 points now. Katie Rosenthal to check in here in place of Maya Munoz. Voss looking to complete the and one here for the Falcons. That one is up and it is good. So 5 points tonight for Presley. Swings it over to Riley Judds. Prince down in the corner. Bounces it back to Rosenthal. And Wiersba comes out of there with it. So it turned over back to the Falcons, who now have that 2-point lead, 8-6. Back up to Wiersba. Wiersba 3-ball on the way. That one misses and boarded there by Riley Judds. Long 3, that one. And that one's going to go back to the Falcons here. Thunderbirds. Ava Prince checking back in here for the Thunderbirds in place of Anna Check. Charlotte Iserman back into the game as well here in place of Emma Prince. So about 6:20 gone by here in this opening half of action. Wiersba over to Gruhalski. Gruhalski doubled up top in the corner. Back to Wiersba. 12-footer no good. And the Thunderbirds come out of there with it. Long 2, that one. This is long boarded by Wiersba. Wiersba bounces it down into. And a foul going to be called. I think they're going to get Judds on that one. We'll see. And they will. That's going to be her first personal foul. Team foul number 3 for the Thunderbirds. Bulk's first one, that one. No good. She'll get a second here, will the junior Ivy Bulk. Second one on the way, that one rattles in. Ivy Bulk 1 of 2 there from the line. Extending their largest lead. That one bounces it in down low and a nice finish there. But Holly Singer, largest lead now for the Falcons, 11-6. going to get Grohalski, I believe, on that. Her first foul, team foul number 2 for the visiting Falcons. Ava Prince over to Iserman. Judd's down low, can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Wiersbop to Grohalski. Singer looking for Voss down low. Kaylee Schulis checks back in here for the Falcons. And for the Thunderbirds, Madeline Carolus back in here for the Iola-Scandinavia. Back to Wiersba. Wiersba, Madeline. Iserman cut off there, baseline. Looking down low, the cutting and a nice cut there and a nice finish there by Braylon Judd. 2 points in the game now for Braylon. Grohalski to check back in here for the Falcons. Back over to Wiersba, gets it into Schulist. Wiersba comes out of there, bounces it over to Voss. Voss jumper no good, rebounded by Prince. So Ava Prince to bring it up here for the Thunderbirds. Bounces it into Madeline, that one. So Grohalski will check back in here for the Falcons in place of Kaylee Schulist. 9:43 here remaining in half number 1. Falcons with the 11-8 advantage here, and back in for the Thunderbirds is Anacek, number 3, in place of Iserman, Charlotte Iserman. Grohalski down low. And there we go with it. Back up to Grohalski. Grohalski looking for Bulk down low. Thunderbirds come out of there with it. Bounces it down low. Little 4-footer, unable to convert on that one. And the jumper, that one no good. And a foul called. The rebound there by Bulk. They're going to get Madeline Carolus there for the foul, so that's going to be team foul number 4. So Schulis checks back into the game for the Falcons. Grohalski across the timeline. Looking down low for Voss, back to Grohalski. 3-ball, that one no good. Battle for the board, and they'll say back to the Thunderbirds it goes. Wiersba checks back in here for Amherst, as does Holly Singer. Rosenthal swings it over to Check. Check back to Rosenthal. Little runner there for Check. That one no good. Wiersba with a rebound. 2-on-2 out in front. Going up with it, unable to convert on that. That was Singer. Back to the Thunderbirds. Ava Prince and Wiersba, good defense there. It will stay here. Emma Prince checking back in here for Katie Rosenthal. Corner bouncing it down low. Good move down there. That's Carolus. So Thunderbirds retain possession here. Prince inbounded. Back up to Ava Prince. You've got Emma and Ava Prince in here. Ava, long swing pass over to Emma Prince. Wiersba, all alone. Wiersba going coast to coast. And Alexi Wiersba with 4 points now. Amherst out front here by 5, 13-8 our score. And they'll say travels to turn back over to the Falcons. Want to give thanks here tonight to Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. So under 8 minutes to go here, half number 1. Falcons tied for their largest lead here, that 5-point lead here, 13-8. Swings it back over to Wiersba. Nice pass down low. Nice little maneuver down there, unable to finish down there. That was Schulist. Back over to Prince. And trying to get it down into Madeline Carolus there, and unable to convert. Turn back over to the Falcons. Want to give thanks also to El Poblano. El Poblano Mexican-American Grill brings a full and diverse menu of breakfast, lunch, and dinner options to a pack. Always fresh, always authentic. Stop into El Poblano on County Road Double Q in Wapaka. That's El Poblano. Nice pass down low. That one no good. Rebound and put back no good. And a timeout called here by head coach Joel Beatas. We'll take a brief pause ourselves. You're listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Nestled in the Wildwood Park and Zoo, the Marshfield Rotary Winter Wonderland has dazzled families with over 1 million lights displayed. Admission is free. Cash donations and non-perishable items encouraged. The Winter Wonderland is open November 28th through December 31st.
All right, we are back here. 13-8 our score here. 6:59 here remaining in half number 1. Amherst with the press on here. Gets it over to Prince. Prince across the timeline, looking down low. Nice pass down low. And a good finish there. That's Madeline Careless. 2 points down for Madeline. 13-10 our score. Wiersba defended up top. Good defense there by Braylon Judds, coming out of there with a steal. Judds running the floor here. Reset back to Prince. Over to Iserman. Iserman back. Ava Prince defended up top there by Wiersba. Going baseline, little jumper. That one, little floater, no good. Wiersba with another rebound. As I mentioned here, Lexi productive on both ends of the floor here, both in terms of point production. Looking down low, unable to get that one. It will stay here with the Falcons. Looking down low, and we're going to get a jump ball. Turned over, go back over to the Thunderbirds here. I give thanks tonight also to Bob Gould Roofing. Now is the time for that new roofing project you've been putting off, called Bob Gould Roofing, for that brand new roof your home deserves. That's Bob Gould Roofing in Amherst. That one no good. Rebounded by Voss. Growalski back over to Singer. Singer, of course, Bob Gould Roofing. It's a great job. Had our roof done, in fact. A little known trivia there, Gus. Back in 2022, Bob also played his college hockey for the UW-Stevens Point Pointers. We'll say a number of years ago. Was a dynamic hockey goalie for the Pointers back a few years back. We'll say Bob. Wiersba going down low, and they're going to say that she going to get called for the charge there. That's going to be her second. Team foul number 3 now here for the Falcons. Nearing that 5-minute mark here in half number 1. Iserman corner over to Prince. Back over to Iserman. Iserman swings it over to Ava Prince. Thought about it for just a moment there. Back into Iserman. Iserman jumper. That one rattles in for Charlotte Iserman. So Charlotte now with 6 points here tonight for the Thunderbirds. So 13-12 our score. Up out to Iserman. Iserman with a left-hand layup, and Charlotte Iserman now with 8 points here for the Thunderbirds. Now gain that lead here, 14-13. Gets it into Wiersba, back to Grocholski, back over to Singer. Iserman comes out of there with it, bounce pass up, and that is Presley Voss, who, I beg your pardon, that's Careless here now with 4 points. 16-13 our score. Looking down low, Grocholski gets it into Wiersba. Wiersba, nice move down low, and Lexi Wiersba now with 6 points. 16-15 our score. Swings it over to Iserman. Iserman going baseline runner. That one in nearly 90% down back. And the Thunderbirds reset here. Prince, long three. That one in and out. Rebound back up with it. No good. Wiersba with a rebound. Gets it back up to Singer. Wiersba surveying it. Bounces it back to Singer. Down into Voss. Voss in the corner. Looking for Grocholski. Able to tiptoe that timeline there. And that one turned back over to the Thunderbirds. Back into the game here for the Falcons. You've got Kaylee Schulist. And for the Thunderbirds, Briley Judds checks back in here for Iola-Scandinavia. This final 3 minutes here of half number 1. Back over to Prince. Prince bounces it. Back over to Prince. Long swing pass to Iserman. Iserman. Prince jumper. That one is good. So Ava Prince now with 2 points. Iola-Scandinavia now with a 3-point lead. Wiersba across the timeline, swings it on over to Bulk. Bulk back into Wiersba. A jumper, that one, this is short, rebounded by Braylon Judds. And I think we're going to get a travel there. And we will. I gave thanks here tonight also to WIAA Foundry. Cast your own future at WIAA Foundry. Now hiring for a number of open positions with a great environment and the chance to work your way up the ladder and truly build your career. Cast your own future at jobs.wapakafoundry.com. That's jobs.wapakafoundry.com. 2:20 here to go in this one. Thunderbirds clinging to that 3-point lead. Grocholski up top. Over to Voss. Voss. And back up to Rosenthal. So Rosenthal back into the game here for the Thunderbirds. Back over to Iserman. Thought about it for a moment. Looking for Judds going up with it, and she will draw the foul. And I think they're going to get Bulk, I think. But we'll see. 4 team fouls now. Judd's unable to convert on her first of 2. She'll get a second. Wiersbe checks back in for the Falcons in place of Schulist. So Briley Judd's second one, that is good. So 1 of 2 in that sequence. 4-point lead now. Wiersbe down low. Nice pass down low and able to convert on that. Pulled out of there by Jutz. Rosenthal across the timeline here for the Thunderbirds. Back. Donna check. Looking for Judd's down low baseline. Somehow gets that pass over to Rosenthal. Back to the Falcons it goes. Minute 30 remaining here in half number 1. Iserman. And they'll stay with the Thunderbirds. Looking for Judd's down low. Cut off there. Good defense by the Falcons. And they're going to say jump ball here. So back to the Falcons here. Minute 13 remaining here in this opening half. 19-15. Thunderbirds up here by 4. Across the timeline over to Singer, back to Grochowski, looking down low. And back to the Thunderbirds it goes. The 101 here to go in half number 1 here. Thunderbirds with that 4-point lead. Bounces it into Iserman, and I think they're going to get Iserman with a carry there. So Schulis checks back in here in place of Courtney Grochowski. Have to think maybe Amherst looking maybe for that last shot, or certainly a good high percentage shot in this spot. And they're going to get Anna check on that one. That's going to be her first personal team foul, number 5 now here for the Thunderbirds. Looking for Wiersbe. Iserman nearly poked that one away. 3-ball that one. This is short, back over to Wiersbe. So take there by Wiersbe, that one no good. Rebounded there by Judds, Riley Judds. Rosenthal looking for Judds underneath, and Judds able to convert on that. So Briley Judds now with 3 points. 6-point lead now. The Thunderbirds' largest lead in this one. Back and forth game this one has been. And we are at the half, so 21-15 our score. Thunderbirds here with the 21 first half points. We'll take a brief pause. We'll bring it right back. We'll go through our first half scoring. You've been listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
Why should they choose Farmers State Bank?
I think people should choose Farmers State Bank because we are here investing in you and investing in this beautiful community. So is there really any other way you should go? Definitely Farmers State Bank.
I love the employees here. They're awesome. I say they're the A-team, and I sincerely mean that. We do so many different things as far as giving back to the community, and they always have a smile on their face. They're always saying thank you. Have a great day. I love our employees.
Farmers State Bank is investing in you. Each year since 1997, we've participated in National Teach Kids to Save Day. This is a day that we are teaching the youth a unique banking program to teach them saving for the future. We feel this saving is a valuable financial lesson for them now and in the future. That's just one of the reasons you should bank with Farmers State Bank.
I think people should choose Farmers State Bank because we're not only a full-service bank, but we also are very community-oriented bank. So we give to a lot of different organizations, not just the big things that people may see, like when we donated to the football field or the Zamboni for hockey, or to the playground splash pad project, or to Lakeman Field. Not just those things, but also the little things like the community churches, the festivals that we give to, WIAA Arts Hub or Arts Board. You know, we give to just an extreme amount of organizations, and I don't think people realize what we actually do for the community, and I think that's what sets us apart from the rest.
You know what I like most about my job is that I have the opportunity to help the loan officers type loans for people that are looking to make their dreams come true.
Farmers State Bank is actually one of the last local community banks in the area. We are very community driven, always involved in Project Backpack, donations to sporting programs, the schools, always trying to get financial literacy to students, and always just trying to be out in the community and do whatever we can to help WIAA.
They should choose Farmers State Bank because we truly care about our customers. We watch out for them with scams, with so many things going on nowadays, whether they're scams that have been around a while or even new ones. We get trained very well trying to pick up on that in all departments so that we can protect our customers, and that, again, we've been with them for multiple generations. We don't want to see them lose the money that they have from retirement or anything like that. We want them to be protected.
When you walk into Farmers State Bank, someone's always going to say hi. They're going to greet you with a smile, and when you're leaving, they're going to say, have a great day. If you need something, we're here. You don't have to call a 1-800 number. Farmers State Bank is always here for you.
You know, Farmers State Bank is so special to me because I get to walk in every day and actually enjoy doing my job. I look forward to coming to work and getting the opportunity to work with people that have now become my second family.
When we say we're investing in you, we truly mean it.
Local decisions, local lenders.
Bank with Farmers State Bank.
All right, we are back. We are at the half here. We'll run through our first half scoring here. We'll start here with the visiting Amherst Falcons here, trailing here by 6 at the half. The 15 first half points. Presley Voss here tonight. Actually, I take that back. Lexi Wiersba leading the way here with 6 points, and then Presley Voss with 5. 2 points here tonight in first half for Holly Singer, and then 1 point apiece here for both Ivy Bulk and Kaylee Schulis. So the 15 first half points here for the Falcons. And turning things over to the host Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. Charlotte Iserman here leading the Thunderbirds first half, scoring with 8 points. And then you get 4 points here for Madeline Carolus, and then you've got 3 points for Briley Judds, 2 points apiece for both Ava Prince and Maya Munoz, as well as Braylon Judd. So the 21 first half points here for the host Thunderbirds here of Iola-Scandinavia. As we mentioned, both teams back in action tomorrow night, as the 6-5 Amherst Falcons will be at Pittsville tomorrow night. And then the Thunderbirds here will be hosting Marion Tigerton right here tomorrow night. So they quick turnaround here, and that's just what you get when you get into this second half. Really, I'll call it kind of that second half of the season once you get into January and February. A lot of games, obviously, and a lot of conference games, no doubt. But this one's been kind of a back and forth game, Gus, I would say. Right now, the Thunderbirds holding on to that 6-point lead. We'll take a brief pause. We'll bring it right back here. We are at the half again. Thunderbirds here out front here, 21-15. You're listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
The local fourth-generation jeweler, Fletcher's Jewelers in Wapaka, has the perfect variety of diamond engagement rings, wedding bands, bracelets, and so much more. From the moment you step into the store, the service creates an experience you can't find anywhere else. In addition to beautiful new pieces, Fletcher's Jewelers also provides cleaning, repair, and restoration services to keep your existing jewelry as shiny as ever. You can't beat the beautiful selection you'll find at Fletcher's Jewelers in downtown Wapaka.
My favorite part of being in the jewelry business is really the people. Building relationships with the people and becoming part of their family, being part of their traditions.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Help us create iron castings the world uses and trusts. At Wapaka Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at Wapaka Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Comets!
Nestled in the Wildwood Park and Zoo, the Marshfield Rotary Winter Wonderland has dazzled families with over 1 million lights displayed. Admission is free. Cash donations and non-perishable items encouraged. The Winter Wonderland is open November 28th through December 31st.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
I think people should choose Farmers State Bank because we are a community bank here investing in you and in our community.
I love the employees here. They're awesome. I say they're the A team, and I sincerely mean that. They always have a smile on their face. They're always saying thank you, have a great day. I love our employees. If you need something, we're here. You don't have to call a 1-800 number. Farmers State Bank is always here for you.
Local decisions, local lenders.
Bank with Farmers State Bank.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
All right, we are back here nearly ready for half number 2 here again, 21-15 at the half. So again, we'll go through the scoring here for the Falcons, starting their 15 points led by Lexi Wiersba, 6, 5 for Presley Voss, 2 points for Holly Singer, and then 1 point apiece for both Kaylee Schulis and Ivy Bulk. For the Thunderbirds, leading the first half scoring is Charlotte Iserman with 8. You get 4 points from Madeline Careless here, and then 3 points for Briley Judds, 2 points for Ava Prince, Maya Munoz, and Braylon Judds here, so the 21 first half points. Iola-Scandinavia 1 of 2 from the free throw line here. Amherst 3 of 5 from the free throw line here in the first half. So we are back Second half underway here. Munoz up top. Bounces it into Prince. Munoz. Iserman jumper. That one is good for Charlotte Iserman, now in double digits here with 10. So Charlotte, the junior, here for the Thunderbirds. Long swing pass to Grohalski, picked out of there by Iserman. Iserman going coast to coast, left hand, and Iserman with the first 4 points of this 38 seconds or so timeout called. We'll take a brief pause. You're listening to and watching high school girls action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
All right, we back. Want to give thanks here tonight to the restoration experts. The restoration experts in Wapaka are the place to turn when things go wrong in your home or commercial business, from weather damage, water issues, fire, sewage, or general cleanup. Let the restoration experts get your home back the way it was intended. That is the restoration experts. Amherst foul on number 13, Ivy Bulk. That is going to be her second personal. Team foul number 1 in the second half here. So Iserman to bring it across for the Thunderbirds. Largest lead now by 10, 25-15. Swings it over to Munoz. Munoz long 2 on the way. That one no good. Rebounded out. And on the transition there and scoring that for the Falcons is Holly Singer. Holly now with 4 points. 25-17 our score here in this one. Prince over to Munoz, back to Judds. Judds back up to Iserman. Iserman from Prince down low, going up with it. Good defense there by the Falcons. And it's going to go to the Falcons here. So Wiersba to bring it up for the Falcons. Picked up there by Iserman. Back over to Gruhalski. And back over to Wiersba. Wiersba and back to the Thunderbirds here. So it's under not even quite 2 minutes gone by here. This one far from over. This one certainly kind of seesaw battle in that first half. Iola-Scandinavia now with that owns that 8-point lead. Back over to Prince. Screen by Judds there. Prince picks up the dribble, gets it back over to Iserman to Munoz. Munoz and pulled out of there by Gruhalski. Up to Wiersba. Up to Singer. Been down low, nice pass. So the cutting Presley Voss with 7 points now for the Falcons. 25-19 our score. Iserman over to Prince. Prince goes in with it, looking for that little give and go there with Madeline. Turn back over to the Falcons. CWC East Conference action. Amherst 2-3 in conference play. Thunderbirds 1-2 early goings in conference play in this very solid conference. Iserman with the steal. Iserman looking to go coast to coast. And Charlotte Iserman now with 14 points here for the Thunderbirds. Over to Grohalski, and foul called on the floor here. I think they're going to get Madeline on that one, I believe. that's going to be her second personal foul here. So Emma Prince checks back in. And then Kaylee Schulis back in for the Falcons. Wiersba over to Singer. Bulk calling for it down low there for the Falcons. They have a slight mismatch down there in the paint. They're going to Ava Prince. That's going to be her first personal foul, team foul. Number 2 here for the Thunderbirds. Bulk. And they'll say she traveled, looking maybe for that contact there, but it will go back to the Thunderbirds here. Want to give thanks tonight to the Indian Crossing Casino. Experience Wapaka's premier lakefront restaurant at Indian Crossing Casino. You'll find a delicious menu, live music, and stunning lake views all under one roof at Indian Crossing Casino on County Highway Q in Wapaka. Eiserman with a good defense there in the backcourt. Charlotte with 14 points here. Charlotte just that junior. Gets it into Wiersba. Wiersba. Eiserman comes out of there with it. Eiserman goes, and she'll be fouled, and she will draw the and one possibly for Charlotte Eiserman. 16 points to lead all scorers here tonight. And they'll get Wiersba on that one. I think that's going to be her third. Both teams now with 2 team fouls. Rahalski checks back in here for the Falcons in place of Schulist. Eiserman looking to complete the and one here for the Thunderbirds. That one no good there for Charlotte. Singer up top, gets it over to Voss. Bulk down low, nice pass. The cutting Singer there, and Munoz comes out of there with a rebound. Ava Prince, little floater, that one misses. And it looks like Rayanne Clendenning, I believe, here for the Thunderbirds, number 24. And Braylon Judd's back into the game here for Ava Prince. 3-ball, that one misses short. Judd's the rebound, back over to Clendenning. So the Thunderbirds on that 10-point lead here. Certainly don't necessarily need to be in any kind of hurry. Obviously no shot clock in high school basketball, so you have to think looking for a high percentage shot. Maybe burn a little bit of clock with that 10-point lead are the Thunderbirds. So runner, that one no good. Munoz there with the rebound. Put back, that one no good. Wiersba with a strong rebound there for the Falcons. And a foul on the floor here is called. That's going to go against Madeline. That's going to be her third. And a timeout called. We'll take a brief pause. We'll bring it right back. 29-19 our score. 12:54 to go in this one. You're listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting in that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had
no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
All right, we are back here, 12:54 to go in this one. 10-point lead here for the host Thunderbirds here. And as we mentioned, 1-2 in conference play. Obviously, every game very important, but those conference games just that much more important, I guess you would argue. Grochowski gets it over to Voss. Over to Bulk. Grochowski jumper on the way. That one misses a little long. Bulk with a rebound. And I think they're going to get that's going to be her third personal. Both teams now with 3 team fouls here. 12:38 here to go in this one. Munoz to bring it across for the Thunderbirds. Over to Judds. Munoz jumper on the way. That one misses short. And battling for the rebound. And a jump ball. It's going to go back to the Falcons there. The possession arrow for Amherst. Swings it over to Grochowski, back to Wiersba. Wiersba, both there cut off defensively by a pair of Thunderbirds. Grochowski swings it over to Singer. Going baseline with it. And traveling back to the Thunderbirds it goes here. Schulis checks back in here for Amherst in place of Singer. Holly with 4 points here tonight. Judds inbounds it, gets it over to Madeline. Madeline tiptoeing the line there. Wiersba, good defense there, forces the turnover. Voss comes out of there with up to Wiersba to Grochowski. Grochowski swings it, baseline. Bulk, nice little move down low, looking for, and a nice take there for Kaylee Schulis, now with 3 points tonight. Nearly forcing that turnover here. 8-point lead. Under 11 and a half to go in this one. Again, the Thunderbirds don't necessarily need to hurry anything with that 8-point lead in the clock. That will be a factor as we get further and further into this one. Singer will check back in here for Amherst. And a timeout. We'll keep it right here, though. Gus says here, 11:03 to go in this one. 29-21 our score here. This one far from over here. This very pivotal CWC East conference action here. Early in that conference course, you got Wittenberg, Burnhamwood 5-0 in conference play. Bondwell 5-0. Menominee Nation 2-2. Amherst 2-3. Waiwega Fremont 2-3. Iola-Scandinavia 1-2. Shiocton 1-4 in the conference, and then Manawa 0-4 in that CWC East conference. Very competitive conference, I would say, Gus. So 11:03 here to go in this one. I give thanks here tonight to all of our game day sponsors, one of them being Culligan. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. That's Culligan Water. So that timeout was called by Amherst. Coach Miller here. Amherst looking to try to trim that lead. Bounces it into Wiersba, back over to Schulist. Back over to Voss. And looking for Munoz there. Wiersba out front to Voss. Voss goes up with it and score it for Presley Voss. 9 points here tonight for Presley. And Rosenthal called for the foul. That will be her first, I believe, and it is. Voss looking to complete the and one. That one misses short. 6-point lead now, 29-23. And the foul called there down low. Short, a second on the way here. Braylon Judds. Braylon with 2 points here tonight. That one no good for Braylon. So Amherst with a rebound, 29-23, with nearly just over 10 minutes here to go in this one. Down into Bolk. Bolk looking down low into the paint. And turn back over to the Thunderbirds here. So Judds will check back in for Iola-Scandinavia. Riley Judds in place of Madeline Kirilis there. So Thunderbirds here up 6. Munoz to Rosenthal, little runner, that one tipped. It should stay here with the Thunderbirds, it will. Goes over to Iserman, who is off to that red hot start to kind of get things started in this second half. Iserman, that is. Back over to Wiersba, jumper, that one is good. Lexi Wiersba. She now has 8 points here tonight for the Falcons, nearing her nearly 12-point per game average. Swings it over to Munoz. Backed up to Iserman. Iserman will be called for the charge, so Iserman going to pick up her first personal foul here tonight for the Thunderbirds. Both teams now with 5 team fouls. Voss swings it over to Singer. Singer looking for Bulk. 3 ball on the way. That one is good. And Presley Voss for 3. So 29-28, back to a 1-point game here. As we mentioned, lots of basketball left here. Looking for the give and go. That was Prince looking for Judds. Amherst looking to take the lead here, and it will stay here with the Falcons. Under 9 minutes to go in this one. 29-28 our score. Wiersba with a long rebound there for the Falcons. Foul on the floor. I think they're going to get Judds, but we'll see. Now they're going to get Prince on that one. That's going to be her second personal foul. Team foul number 6 now for the Thunderbirds. And the Thunderbirds take a timeout. We'll take a brief pause ourselves. We'll bring it right back here. 29-28 our score. You're listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
When it comes to propane, this is the best time of the year. Get your fill scheduled before the winter weather sets in, and you'll be glad you did with L&L Propane in Waupaca. Servicing all throughout central Wisconsin, no matter the size of your propane need, L&L can get you set and ready for your home needs, business needs, crop drying, and so much more. Don't get caught paying those late season prices for your propane this year. Just call L&L Propane at 800-924-5975. That's 800-924-5975 for the best propane price of the year.
All right, we are back. Gus says here, our production engineer Gus Farrat. Doesn't recognize that name. NFL player from many years ago, Gus. Amherst with the ball, looking to try to regain that lead. They led 21-15 at the half. I beg your pardon, they were trailing 21-15, but had been leading for parts of half number 1. Looking for Wiersba. I think they're going to get Judds with the foul. That'll be her second personal foul. Wiersba, the single bonus here. That one is no good. Looking baseline back over to Rosenthal. Rosenthal back to Iserman. Iserman back to Rosenthal. Gets it over to Judds. Rosenthal going baseline, and that one goes in and out. Rebounded by Presley Voss for the Falcons. And that one turned back over to the Thunderbirds. Alan Careless will check back in here for Iola-Scandinavia in place of Katie Rosenthal. Just under 8 minutes to go in this one. 1 point game here in this very first game of this early new year for both squads. Iserman picks up dribble, gets it, looking for Prince. Prince bounces it into Judds down low. Judds turnaround jumper, good. So Briley Judds now with 5 points here tonight. Lead 3, 31-28. Wiersba looking down low, that one picked off. Good defense there by Braylon Judds, and that one goes back to the Falcons. We give thanks here tonight to Infinity Exteriors. Infinity Exteriors installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality that you can trust. That's Infinity Exteriors. So 31-28 our score, 7-12 here to go in this highly contested conference game here tonight. Bounces it into Bulk, down low. Bulk unable to convert. Wiersba with a strong rebound, poked away there by Judds. 3-point lead here for the Thunderbirds. Prince, long three on the way. That one misses. And Wiersba comes out of there with it, looking out in front, transition to Bulk. Bulk goes up with it, and the foul drawn, and Bulk is going to shoot a pair here for the Falcons. And that's going to go against Ava Prince. First one on the way, that one no good. Second one on the way. That one misses short for both. Rebounded by Judds. Off to the other Judds. Swings it over to Ava Prince. Prince. Nice little take down low, and a foul is going to get called there on that one. I think they're going to get Voss with the foul. It's going to be her second personal. First one on the way, that one misses. She'll get a second. Second one on the way, that one is nothing but net. So Madeline now with 5 points here tonight. 32-28 our score, 6:20 to go on that one. Wiersba takes it in, looking down low. Back over to Grohowski, 3-ball on the way, that one no good. Rebound down low. Blocked and back up to Judds. Judds looking for Iserman. Iserman going up with it. Wiersba with a block, and it will stay here. So this is some good conference basketball action. The Thunderbirds now with a 4-point lead, 6:04 to go in this one. Prince inbounds it here to Judds. Back over to Prince. Prince picked up there defensively by Wiersba. Back over to Judds. Back to Prince. You have to think the Thunderbirds looking to maybe burn a little bit of that clock here. The clock certainly at this point working in their favor, no doubt. Amherst with the 6 fouls, so another foul would put them in the single bonus. 3-ball on the way, Prince. That one rattles in and out, rebounded. And Emma Prince checks back in here for the Thunderbirds. So we'll stay right here with Iola-Scandinavia. Over to Iserman. Good defense there, nearly pulling that one out of there was Holly Singer. And the officiating crew will collaborate on that one. And we're going to say that one's going to go back to Amherst. The Iola-Scandinavia faithful not necessarily agreeing with that one, but 32-28 our score. Certainly the kind of conference action, conference game certainly fun, Gus, I got to tell you. Back up to Singer. Singer looking for Wiersba, and that one going to go back to the Thunderbirds here. So 5 minutes remain here, 32-28 our score. I want to give thanks here tonight to L&L Propane for all of your propane needs in Wapaka, Watoma, Princeton, Fremont, and surrounding areas. Turn to L&L Propane, specializing in propane, tanks, new installation, filling, repairs, moving tanks, and more. That's L&L Propane in Wapaka. Back over to Prince. Prince up top, surveyed there. She's defended there by Wiersba, then switched over from Voss. And up with it. Judds unable to convert on that one. Rebounded there by Amherst. Out up to Singer. Singer, 2-on-1, tries to swing it over to Bulk down low. Back to the Thunderbirds it goes, and Grohowski will check back in here for Amherst, it looks like. In place of Kaylee Schulist. Kaylee 3 points here tonight. Pressure on now here. Certainly looking to try to force that turnover. Trailing here by 4. The clock will certainly be a factor the more and more you get into this game here. That's going to go against Grohowski. That's her second personal now. The single bonus situation with that 7 fouls here. Emma Prince, first one on the way is good. Front end of the 1-and-1 here for Emma. 5-point lead here, 4:17 here to go in this one. Second one on the way, that one is good. So Emma Prince now extending that lead, 34-28, 4:15 here to go in this one. What I would call a barn burner, Gus. Anybody's game. Swings it over, turn it over, and going up with it, unable to convert on the other end. And Amherst will come out of there with it. That's senior Presley Voss over to Grahowski, gets it over to Singer. And Coach Miller calls a timeout. We'll take a brief pause ourselves. We're listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
All right, we are back here. I want to give thanks here tonight to Farmers State Bank. Turn to Farmers State Bank for all of your banking needs. Farmers is proud to support all of the Wapaka High School athletes and wishes all the Comets the very best this season. That is the Farmers State Bank. So 3:48 here to go in this one. 34-28 our score. Both teams in that single bonus. Iola-Scandinavia with those 8 fouls. The Falcons here of Amherst with the 7 fouls here. Falcons to take it out. Singer inbounded here for Amherst. Wiersbe up top, defended there by Iserman. Grahowski back over to Wiersbe. Wiersbe a couple dribbles. Gets it down into Singer there. Back to Wiersbe. Nice pass to Wiersbe, but I don't know, and she will get the hoop and the harm for Lexi Wiersbe. 10 points now for Lexi, looking to try to complete the and one and cut that lead down to 3. So Lexi's won. That one rattles in and out. Rebound. So 34-30 our score here. Neither team necessarily doesn't have to hurry when to get a good high percentage shot, but certainly the clock will, as we've said a few times now, be a factor in this one as we get into this final 3:05 or so to go in this one. Amherst trailing by 4. Iserman doing Iserman type things, going coast to coast, and Charlotte Iserman looking to complete the and one for Charlotte. 18 points here tonight to lead all scorers. Junior Charlotte Iserman. So Maya Munoz will check back in here for the Falcons, and I beg your pardon, for the T-Birds, in place of Braylon Judds. Iserman looking to try to complete the and one here. Just under 3 minutes to go in this one. Iserman, that one misses long. Rebounded there by Wiersbe. Iserman comes out of there with another steal and going up with it, and she will draw the foul. So Charlotte Iserman has been, what I would say, kind of all over the place here tonight, both defensively and offensively, certainly for the Thunderbirds, looking to try try to extend that 6-point lead here. 2:48 to go in this one. Iserman's first. That one misses long. So Charlotte 0 for 3 here from the charity stripe. Does have that 18-point night here this far, looking to add to that. Second one on the way. That one misses long. Wiersba with the rebound. Gruhalski over to Voss. Voss back to Gruhalski, looking. Singer down low. Nice pass down low. The cutting bulk there to clean things up here. So back to a 4-point game. 2:25 to go in this one. You have to think the Thunderbirds will do whatever they can here to try to wind that clock down. Amherst necessarily doesn't need to, and foul certainly with that next one being the 10th team foul. So you going up with it and score it from Madeline. So Madeline now with 7 points here tonight with the Thunderbirds. Back up to a 6-point game. 3 ball on the way. That one is good. For Presley Voss. 38-35 our score. Minute 40 to go in this one. And a foul going to be called there on Singer. So the 10-team fouls now. So the double bonus situation here for Ava Prince. Prince first one on the way. That one no good. She'll get a second. Coach Beata's here talking to his crew. Prince second one on the way. That one is good. So 1 of 2 there for Ava Prince. 3 points tonight for Ava. 39-35 our score. Minute 32 to go in this one. Wiersba 3 ball long 3. That one misses a little short. And fighting for the rebound, and a jump ball is going to be called. That's going to go back to the Thunderbirds here. So Prince up top. She's got Iserman there. Bounces it over to Iserman. That one nearly poked out of there. Coach Beatas will call a timeout here. Minute 9 to go in this one. 39-35 our score. We'll take a brief commercial pause. You're listening to and watching high school girls basketball here tonight on Zaleski Sports.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
All right, we are back. Minute 9 here to go in this one. 39-35 our score. The Thunderbirds inbound it here. Ava Prince looking for Iserman up top. That one, it will stay here. Just about 5.5 seconds or so gone off the clock there on that one. Maybe 6 seconds, we'll say. So the foul is going to be called there. That's Holly Singer. And that'll send Emma Prince to the line here for a pair in the double bonus situation. She's 2 for 2 here from the free throw line. That one is good. Make that 3 of 3 for Emma Prince. Prince second one on the way. That one misses short. And back to the Falcons. So exactly 1 minute here to go in this one. 5-point lead here for the Thunderbirds. Don't necessarily need the 3, but you get the wide open 3, I would think you're going to go for it. Foul on the floor here. We'll see. That's it's going to go against Madeline here. That's going to be her 4th. So Wiersba for the double bonus here. That one is good. Emma Prince back into the game, so Wiersba to get a second here. She has 11 points here tonight. That one. I'm going to say that maybe. Let's see what. I think the call may have been that I think lane violation, but I don't know necessarily who they're going to. So Wiersba will get another try here to try to trim that lead down to 3 here, 40-36. That one no good for Wiersba, rebounded by the Thunderbirds at Ava Prince. And it's really going to come down to free throws at this point of the game here with both teams in that double bonus situation. So Ava Prince, 1 of 2 here tonight from the line. First one is up. That one misses short for Ava. Braylon Judd's back into the game for the Thunderbirds. Prince's second one is good. 41-36 our score. Looking down for Wiersba. Wiersba goes up with it, and Lexi Wiersba doing Lexi Wiersba type things and nearly turned back over. We'll stay here, 37.6 to go in this one. Gus, this one far from over. And a timeout here called by head coach Bjadic. I think we're going to keep it right here. Just we certainly don't want to miss anything in these final 37.6 seconds here remaining in this CWC East Conference action here tonight. First day back for most students, I believe, here this week, today in fact. Iola-Scandinavia had that 21-15 lead at the half here, and clinging here to that 3-point lead here. We'll have our Wapaka Foundry post-game show. We'll interview the winning team coach and a player of the game, to be determined, shortly after the conclusion of this one, but still a lot of ball in front of us here. As we mentioned here tonight in our pregame, both teams back in action tomorrow night. Iola-Scandinavia back right out here hosting Marion Tigerton. And as of right now, that is a 7 o'clock tip. So Prince inbounded here for the Thunderbirds. Looking to get it to Iserman. Iserman out to Munoz. Munoz across the timeline. And you have to think at this point, back over to Iserman. Iserman bounces it over to Munoz. Munoz going to get fouled there by Voss. So Maya Munoz with 24.6. Looking to maybe make this a 2-possession game here. That one, she'll get a second. Raylan Judd's back into the game for the Thunderbirds. Munoz second one on the way. That one no good either. And Ava Prince. So now lead 5 with just under 16 seconds to go in this one. Three ball on the way. That one misses a little bit long. Rebounded, pulled out of there by Iserman. And up. And 6 seconds here to go in this one. So Madeline will shoot the double bonus here. Madeline with 7 points here tonight. That one is up, and it is good. Up to 8 points here tonight for Madeline. That one is short. 6-point lead. Wiersba looking. And that is going to be a final out here out in Iola-Scandinavia with the 44-38 very inspired victory here tonight. They'll go to 2-2 in conference play here. We'll have our Wapaka Foundry post-game show here with Coach Joel Beatas and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player probably in just a few moments, just probably about 3 or 4 minutes or so. Of course, Wapaka Foundry, for a job that will ignite your career. Apply today at jobs@wapakafoundry.com. That's jobs@wapakafoundry.com. We will get our Wapaka Foundry post-game show in a few words, hopefully here with Coach Beatas and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player, who I guess in my opinion probably would be Charlotte Iserman, but we shall see. You've been listening to and watching high school girls basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports. Again, a final here, 44-38. Our Wapaka Foundry post-game show coming up here in just a few moments.
The mission at Wapaka Foundry is to provide all of the world with our great quality castings.
I think it'd be kind of hard to find this sort of environment working anywhere else. It's a little bit different than your typical factory setting.
People think that we just pour, we pour a few castings, but like here at Plant 1, we're pouring, 3,000 different parts.
There's a lot to learn, and it's fascinating. When I started and I said that to myself, well, if I don't give it a shot and I don't try out the job, I won't know if I actually like it. I stay because of my team leader and my foreman and the guys I work with over there. They make it fun and easy and interesting. They're willing to help. They're willing to teach. They give you the time to learn.
As long as you show up, you do what you're supposed to, you ask questions, and you put your best foot forward, you literally can keep moving up.
One of the things that has kept me tied to the company is how do you feel? When you go every day to a place, you belong to a team, you have opportunity for growth, that's the right place to be.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
Wapaka has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. They've sent me to school. I have an associate's degree now. I take pride in that because I've always wanted to have a college degree, and now I have it, and Wapaka supplied that to me.
I feel like we are an elite team that keeps this place running in Melton Iron. And I like to feel part of something bigger.
I enjoy working with everybody. I love being up here in Wisconsin.
It's like a brotherhood. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's looking out for everyone.
The people that make up Wapaka Foundry are just really genuine, hard-working people.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
We build a good sense of camaraderie with our teams, so it just allows for a more well-rounded and healthy work environment.
It's not just a job, it's a career.
What our differentiator is, Wapaka is a company, first it has a welcoming culture. So no matter what your background is, if you are coming, willing to do your job and contribute to the company growth and also growth yourself, you will find the right place.
We make products that help people. I don't ever want to have to worry that you get in your vehicle and you go home and something breaks or fails because we didn't do something right on our process. It all matters.
Wapaka Foundry, it's one of the largest iron foundries in the world, and it's right here in Wapaka, and I love that.
There he is.
Gus up there gives us a thumbs up, we'll get you going here. All right, thumbs up here. We got head coach Joel Beatas. First of all, congrats. This was a barn burn. I'm going to call it a barn burner kind of basketball game. CWC East Conference action, first game of the new year. Talk about a game like this, because in my opinion, I mean, you guys led at the half, and you guys really a spirited basketball game, I would say at least.
Yeah, I think it took us all, honestly, tonight. We had a really good week of practice throughout winter break, but I can't give it enough for the girls, all right? They put in a lot of hard work. They keep the energy high, right, and that's what takes us every single possession, whether it's defense, offense, or anything in between, but I can't be more proud of them.
You know, and you guys really get after things. I mean, a pretty assertive game, really, both ends of the floor here. Amherst, obviously, a very good basketball team. You guys play in a really dynamic conference. Certainly, the Wittenberg, Burnham Woods of the world, and others. Coach, you guys it's a quick turnaround. You're back in action tomorrow night, I believe. Here, talk about tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, I think we talked about it from the first day, where it's a long season, but if you take it one day at a time, right, it's a lot of the things that we do each and every day, but we can only control what we can control and go on from there.
And Coach, you even worked up a little lather there. So I mean, whoever says coaches don't get their workout in too, you certainly did. But you guys, you come out of here a very gutsy performance. Obviously, I know we have Charlotte Iserman here is going to be our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player. Really kind of ignited that second half, and I would say that really built the momentum. Coach, anything more for our viewers that you want to kind of talk about? I know, again, a lot of basketball in the future here. Anything else before we get it over to Charlotte?
I think if we can keep our energy high, I think there really is no limit to where we can go, but we got to do it one day at a time and go from there.
Go from there. Coach, we got to give you the fist bump. That's head coach Joel Beatas here. And our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player here tonight, Charlotte Iserman. I had you for 18 points, if my math is correct. Hopefully it is. Usually it's pretty close. But Charlotte, talk about your game. You're a junior, obviously, and I think one of the things that stood out for me is just the way you kind of got after in that second half.
Well, I run the top of the 1-3-1, so whenever I get a steal, I just feel like I can just take the ball and I just keep going. And I feel like it really helps me when my teammates push it up the floor, because we know how to run it up and get good looks to help each other get more fast breaks.
Charlotte, are you a lefty or righty? Because I got to tell you, your left hand is pretty awesome.
I'm left-handed.
You are? Okay. Because, I mean, you definitely made you had a lot of fast break points, certainly going left, and very impressed by that. Charlotte, Coach talked about it. You guys have, it's a long season. There's a grind. You're coming off the Christmas and the New Year's break. What can we expect from this Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbird squad here?
I think we all work really well together, and we just push each other, and the bench, we all cheer each other on, and I feel like all the energy we give really helps us work more together, and all that transfers into the game to how we play.
It absolutely does. Charlotte, anything more before we get you into the our Zaleski Sports Highlight House? Are you familiar with that, first of all? Kind of, sort of. Okay, so what'll happen is I'll count you down. I'll go 3, 2, 1. I'll have you look right up at Gus in the camera there, say your name, and that you are in the house. So we'll go 3, 2, 1.
I'm Charlotte Iserman, and I'm in the house.
All right, that's junior Charlotte Iserman, surrounded there by her Thunderbird teammates here with the very inspirational game here tonight. She had 18 points to lead all scorers. Again, a very, every game is important. We kind of talked about it throughout the course of the broadcast, but to come in and to get a conference victory here against Amherst, certainly no small feat for head coach Joel Beatas and the rest of his Thunderbird squad here. Let's run through our scoring here tonight. Again, our WIAA Foundry post-game show. We will start here with the visiting Amherst Falcons. They were led tonight in scoring by Lexi Wiersbaugh with 13 points here tonight. Presley Voss actually had 15 points, so I take that back. Presley had 15, Wiersbaugh with 13. You get 4 points tonight for Holly Singer. 3 points tonight for both Kaylee Schulist and Ivy Bulk here. So 18 points here for the Falcons. Switching things over to the other side of the ledger here. The aforementioned Charlotte Iserman with 18 points. to lead all scorers here tonight. You get 8 points tonight from Madeline Carolus. You get 6 points tonight from Ava Prince. 5 points tonight for Briley Judds. 3 points tonight for Emma Prince. And then you get 2 points apiece for both Maya Munoz and Braylon Judds, the 44 team points here for the host Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds, back to 500 in conference play. They are now 2-2 in this CW East Conference, 3-5 overall. Again, both teams back in action. The Thunderbirds will be back here at home tomorrow night hosting Marion Tigerton, and Amherst, they will be on the road tomorrow night, a non-conference tilt with Pittsville. Pittsville, of course, plays in that CWC South Conference. So from everybody at Zaleski Sports, Gus, our production person, Brandon Baroncott on the call here tonight. A final again out here in Iola-Scandinavia, 44 for the Thunderbirds and 38 for the Falcons. Have yourselves a very good rest of your Monday night, everyone.